So this week, we are shining a light on suicide and working to break the silence surrounding mental health. You know, suicide is the 10th leading cause of death here in the United States.
And we want to talk about it. We are in the midst of a mental health crisis. Just 2 weeks ago, Chesley Christ, former Miss USA, jumped to her death. Beautiful, smart, successful. She appeared to have it all. Now it's gone. The week before, 26-year-old Ian Alexander Jr., actress Regina King's only son, also died by suicide. These lost lives are just the beginning.
Melanie is leading our coverage this week on this topic. And Melanie, I know yesterday we talked about the signs that someone is suicidal, and you received some really personal emails from local viewers who have suffered loss.
Yeah, I mean, it was amazing, the way they just started reaching out, and so appreciative that we're tackling this topic. One mom sent me a picture of her son, her 26-year-old son, who died by suicide a year ago this month. She said that she overheard him saying, "I just want to die," and she begged him to talk with someone. He had a terrible breakup 2 years earlier. He had lost his job. She had no goodbye. This mama had no calls, no letter, no explanation. She wrote to me saying, "Please don't stop talking about this crisis." And as I mentioned, it's personal for me as well. My friend's 17-year-old son took his life. And the day of his memorial, there was another mom holding a viewing for her 15-year-old daughter. I also learned the funeral home was working another family, working with them where a teenager died by suicide. So sometimes, as you all know, when we go to tell one story, you get another, uncovering not only the statistics, but also more about the stigma.
Just didn't think that this would happen to their family because he had it all together.
And here's another one, another young man, African-American, that took his life.
Yeah, this family here kind of seen the signs and they was just blind to the fact. They didn't want to face reality.
Keith Ward's does heavy work. Every time a family walks through the door, there's sadness. But there's nothing like burying a loved one who took their own life.
There's some embarrassment as well to it.
And a lot of families don't like to talk about it because they want to keep it private amongst the family.
Keith has been working at Sarah L. Carter's funeral home since he was 15 years old. He learned from Miss Carter herself, a woman who drips elegance, poise, and professionalism. But when it comes to mental health, she has secrets.
And I had kids at a very young age. Having my mother there for me, with them we couldn't really talk about things. They came from that era where everything was so secretive.
And that's how she raised all of her kids.
They're particular about what they say around me. I'm not saying that they don't do things, but I'm absent of what they do.
This is the reality for a lot of families, especially in the Black community. It's about respect, and sometimes that comes with a dangerous level of silence.
I'm passing it down to her.
Right,
So
and
when
she
it
is
came
changing.
about her time, it's like, hey, no, we're gonna talk about this. How are you feeling?
But see, I had to learn.
Katrina Cook is Carter's oldest daughter, and that lesson came with a shocking discovery.
Taking one of my children to the doctor just for a regular exam and noticing marks on their arm. And, there was just something in me that said, what is this? I didn't ask in front of the doctor, but I saw the doctor looking at the arms, and I'm looking. And when we left, that's when I asked the question, hey, babe, have you been cutting yourself?
Her daughter was cutting, something Katrina had never heard of before she saw the marks on her own daughter.
I'm like, why are you not happy? Is there something else I can do? And, the response was just real simple. No, I'm fine. I just wanted to see what it felt like. What do you do with an answer like that? I didn't know what to do, but I did start researching it. I had to learn how to talk to my children in different ways and ask different questions.
Katrina also works at the funeral home, and she sees the devastation when parents don't talk with kids or notice the signs that there's a problem.
For a mother to go into a bedroom and see that her young child, had hung himself, maybe 8, 9 years old, you just don't think about that.
And Katrina points out her own childhood experience made her even more sensitive to the signs.
I think children can put on a brave front. I mean, I took stock of myself as a young person. I knew how to put on the right face at the right time, and I knew how to switch it up when I needed to. So you're happy here, but then you go into the bathroom, close the door, and you cry your eyes out.
It's been a journey for this mother and daughter to see eye to eye. But with time, there's been growth, respect, and ultimately breaking a generational curse of silence.
Very proud of my daughter and her relationship with the children and how she's open with them. They don't mind sharing with her.
I say first, be honest with yourself. I think it is really important as parents to talk to our children and respect what they're saying. You know, they're little people. When you say, do as I say, not as I do, that just doesn't work. I think it's a good idea for us to start early asking our children, how are you feeling? And respect what they say.
Just so many nuggets there. So Katrina also said that she also asked her child, do you think that I'm a good mom? And that was a hard question, but they were honest with her. And that also opened up the lines for even more conversations. You know, so Jen, you talked earlier yesterday as we were broaching this, and you said, you know, just how hard it is to get kids to talk, especially teenagers. So tomorrow we are going to walk people through that role playing, like what kids are saying to kids and how they can respond, how a parent can talk to their child if they come to them with some type of issue, you know, when to stop and call a mental health professional right away. So that's one of the stories we're working on for tomorrow.
Sometimes I wonder if the stigma to even starting that conversation is because a parent worries that they're somehow going to give their child the idea of doing something bad to themselves. You know, and I think that's a struggle, you know, for parents because you love them so much and you're just not sure.
Yeah, you know, and it's interesting you point that out. One of the emails I got yesterday said it's just not the case. I mean, and what I have found out is that when these kids are online and they're chatting in their different chat rooms, they are talking about this. And there are children mentoring other children, telling them, hey, why don't you go talk to your parents, or why don't you just do it? So we've got to be that person. We've got to be that person in the middle to help them get through these moments. And it doesn't plant the seed, but it just helps them prepare for what's happening.
Talk about it.
Get involved. So very important. Really could save a life. Even, you know, if you don't know what your child is struggling with. Sometimes they don't want to open up. You got to pry in there.
One-word responses about their day.
Yeah, and it's age appropriate. So.
Not always fun, but it's
such an
so
important conversation.
very important. Thank you, Mel. We appreciate it and looking forward to your next report.